Hello. If you're watching this video, it's the follow-up to what I'm gonna do about what happens after the death of Charlie Kirk. Now, got a lot of positive response from a lot of people I wasn't expecting, and I know it's not like I'm just a small VTuber, I'm just a small creator, but I was not expecting so much positive feedback from this whole thing. Now, I want to reiterate one thing. I understand that if you believe in this and you support it, I appreciate you. That makes me happy. Just keep in mind, I'm not a very religious figure, so that in mind. That I do have a faith. I'm not practicing it enough. I say enough, almost like, oh, this is so bad already. This is so bad. Anyway, I yeah, I am Catholic, IRL. And however, I just want to preface that I'm going to listen to all sides and not just, the right wing, okay? There are things I'm going to cover, and in this situation, I'm going to cover the killer, the shooter, whose name is Tyler Robinson, and we're going to see some more things about the left wing and a couple of reacts. I'm just a reactor, honestly, man. I'm not a content creator for politics. I'm not like, I'm still kind of like, tipping my toe into politics, and I know that people like politics. It's just, I'm overwhelmed. Okay, I'm just overwhelmed, and I just want to preface that before we have to doing this. Okay. That being said, I'm gonna do the react, and let's see what we think. Yeah. Okay. This one's called "The Hunt for the Charlie Kirk Shooter." Content warning: graphic imagery, viewer discretion is advised. I did look at this video prior to actually clicking it. I didn't want to make sure. I want to make sure that's not graphic. It's just a simulation. It's not like gory. It's just the depiction of it is sensitive for some viewers, not for me though. But I've seen the thing live. It was gruesome. It was hard to watch, to be honest, and it was the first for me as well. But let's get this shot, okay?
On Wednesday, September 10th, Charlie Kirk was murdered in broad daylight. He was a prominent right-wing political figure in the U.S. and had just started a new campus tour. His first stop was at Utah Valley University in Orem. He left behind a wife and 2 children. Immediately after his assassination, the hunt for his killer began. Now, authorities have identified a suspect. This is how he was caught.
This is the guy.
If you read this, you are gay.
I want to point out that I did hear something about this, about like the bullets having engravings of like these like memes, and I didn't believe it at first, and like now that it's going off, in the media, it's just like, wow, you can't be serious. There's no way.
LMAO. Capital OWO. What's this question mark?
Why? How did this make it? I'm sorry.
For an initial mapping of the video, check out Host's video. Link is in the description.
Oh, so he's got the whole thing. Okay.
Kirk got into politics really young and started Turning Point USA when he was just 18. The organization is committed to promoting right-wing views in schools and universities. Kirk reached millions through social media and his...
Bro, this guy... I found that I don't even know who he was until the day of the event, and I've just been reading up about it. This guy was younger than me, and it like, wow, it's crazy, dude.
Podcast. He toured colleges to debate students and had become a close Trump ally. He is said to have played an important role in Trump's re-election. Phone footage from the event shows the likely shooter on a roof about 4.
Yeah, I did see about this in Andrew Wilson's stream, and he was raging about the whole thing because he wanted to know where the rifle was the entire time. I thought he was getting up to go shoot the guy, not leaving, but we're gonna see that in a second.
430 feet or 130 meters away from Kirk's tent. He seems to be in a prone position.
Yeah.
Kirk is engaging in a discussion with a student.
How many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Before the student can respond, the shooter fires a single shot.
Yeah, I remember that.
Kirk is hit in the neck and rushed to Timpanogos Regional Hospital immediately after. In footage from the event, a person dressed in black can be seen sprinting off the same roof after a shot was fired.
The fact that you have this camera, though, like, that being said, there is still some information that has not released fully, and I'm gonna cover that as well. But we'll get more into that later.
According to authorities, he ran back here and jumped down here.
He ran over there.
Shortly after, the authorities released photos of the suspect and a video where he can be seen climbing off the roof and running off into the surrounding neighborhood.
And right here, you don't even see like the gun anywhere near him.
The FBI offers a $100,000 reward for leads. At this point, a manhunt of tremendous scale is unfolding. Heavily armed officers are at the scene. Authorities confirm that they found a high-powered bolt-action rifle in a wooded area.
Oh, that's why. Okay. So he hid it. Nobody even saw the rifle in the first place.
Increasingly, the FBI is under pressure. 2 suspects are brought into custody, but released shortly after. 24 hours pass, and no one has been caught. Meanwhile, the suspect, Tyler Robinson, seems to have told a family member that he shot Kirk. The family member is believed to be Robinson's
Oh yeah, he confessed to the killing too. I also heard about that.
father, a veteran law enforcement officer. Robinson grew up in Washington, Utah, about 3 hours away from the university. The father reportedly told a family friend, who in turn informed the authorities.
Wait, I thought the father turned him in and... Okay, I guess you can, if he told a family friend, he did basically, like, turned him over, indirectly, but he did.
Robinson turned himself in late Thursday evening in St. George, about 250 miles or 400 kilometers from Utah Valley University. Robinson's roommate reportedly showed Discord messages to investigators.
What the? Why would you? What the? Why would you just? Why would you post it on this? Okay, I'm okay. He's young. He's young. Whatever. Impressionable kids, man. I swear to God.
According to CNN, the messages included Robinson stating a need to retrieve a rifle from a drop point, leaving the rifle in a bush, visually watching the area where a rifle was left.
Wait, I mean, why would you post? Why would you talk about this on Discord? That's evidence against you, you idiot. Oh my God.
Reference to having left the rifle wrapped in a towel, reference to engraving bullets and the rifle being unique, mention of Robinson changing outfits. Trump makes the capture public on Fox and Friends.
Looking real good. They have the person that...
I did hear something about that he was a furry, or just a degen altogether. But yeah, he was like very, from the information I'm getting from this, he just comes off very impressionable and like, it's like that thing, and I'm just saying this, the very extreme left wing tries to do these things where like, oh, we should call for the death of X person, and like there's gonna be someone out there is like that's like he's capable of doing it, and you just have to think for yourself in your mind, just like, and then that guy's friends is gonna be like, yeah, you should totally do it, you should definitely do it, go kill him, you can do it. And it's like it's just like, they pick the guy who's most capable of doing it, and they just egg him on to do it. It's fucking disgusting. It's so disgusting that this can happen in the first place. Like, why would you want? Why? I'm getting so angry about this already. I didn't stream yesterday because I was so pissed off and emotional about the whole thing. I was so outraged, and I'm not even mad at like one side or the other. I'm mad at the implications this is gonna have. And yes, they should fire back. Fire back, push back with, not literally fire back, but push back with like, with the messaging, like, just like, we had enough of this. We had enough of this shit.
They wanted.
Next, Utah's governor steps in front of cameras Friday morning.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We got him. Investigators interviewed a family member of Robinson who stated that Robinson had become more political in recent years. The family member referenced a recent incident in which Robinson came to dinner prior to September 10th, and in the conversation with another family member, Robinson mentioned Charlie Kirk was coming to UVU. They talked about why they didn't like him and the viewpoints that he had.
You had an argument with your family, and your next thing is to go shoot him? Fucking unbelievable, man. Like, why? Like, here's the thing. When I was younger, we used to have, like, during the Obama days, we used to have discourse, talked about it, criticized it, complained about it, you know, what have you. And it never led to this. Like, it never led to this type of thing. I know times have changed and things are so much more ludicrous nowadays. But it just bothers me so much that, like, how do we get to this? How did we get to this? How do we go so backwards that, like, we're starting to go off and then accept the death of people as just, like, you know, whatever, it could just happen if, with enough push, chaos reigns. Like the thing with the Joker, right? You know, all you need is just a little push, you know. And it just bothers me so much. Anyway,
The family member also stated Kirk was full of hate and spreading hate.
Robinson is said to have engraved.
which family member was that? Was that Tyler, or was, I don't know, like who? I don't have any
Phrases such as "Hey fascist," "Catch," and "Bella Ciao" on cartridges found with his rifle. Bella Ciao is most likely a reference to the Italian World War II anti-fascist anthem. On the "Hey fascist, catch" symbols are engraved as such, likely a reference to a controller sequence that releases a bomb in the game Helldivers.
No way. I was playing Helldivers last week. Fucking Christ, dude. I used the Eagle 500 kg bomb. No. No, now he's going to make me not want to do it. God. Why?
In addition,
Inscriptions on a fired casing read, "Notices bulges, capital OWO, what's this question mark?"
Notices
bulge.
Yeah,
OWO,
yeah,
what's
I
this?
know.
Is a trolling meme. On a fourth bullet, according to
Not just a trolling meme, it's something that furries and people in the hentai community typically use. It's a meme, yes, it's a meme.
Cox, it said,
If you read this, you are gay, LMAO.
amid such a heated political atmosphere, this press conference is bound to reverberate across the US. In a statement prior to the capture of Robinson, President Trump had blamed the rhetoric of the radical left for violence such as this shooting.
For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today.
I guess this debunks the theory that my friends and I had on stream about the fact that, like, it might have been a psyop. I'm glad it's not a psyop. I'm really happy it's not a psyop. It could have been. It's not good if it was. Even it's still not good regardless. But I'm so glad it's not like that. Like Charlie Kirk was a sacrificial lamb to push their own agenda on the right wing. Yeah. But it's still scary to think about that. That's what could have been, and no, it was just a dumbass kid who fucking thought he knew better.
And it must stop right now.
Cox, on the other hand, said this.
We can return violence with violence. We can return hate with hate. And that's the problem with political violence, is it metastasizes, because we can always point the finger at the other side. And at some point, we have to find an off-ramp, or it's going to get much, much worse.
It's already gotten worse. I'm just gonna be honest, dude. It's been worse for a long time. It's just been seething and, like, building up to this moment. And I'm just gonna say, the Charlie Kirk situation is probably the most divisive event of this year, or at least in this recent time. And it's definitely, like, made a whole, like, it's brought a lot more attention, right? But there have been shootings in Colorado. There have been like many other things going on, and then there's been other people who've died unjustly, unnecessarily over the years, and people just turn the cheek the other way. There are some cases that I had some like discourse with some friends, some loved ones, where we talked about how like, you know, there are people who like, you know, they saw this and like they don't like Charlie Kirk. They don't like the things he said. They hated him for the stuff that he said about like his stance on whether or not his daughter would be raped, that she would have to keep the child. I don't know this video. I also heard things that he had like something about like again, I have only known about this man so recently, and I've also heard that there was a lot of like talks about gun control and whatnot, that he wanted to abolish it. Now, my opinion on the gun control things is that I believe that you should be allowed to have your protection. You should be allowed to have something to protect yourself. This fucking world is fucking messy, man. It's so it's fucking violent, and I would, if I would have ways to protect myself from anybody coming into my property, I would have a gun ready to hand, and I would shoot them because it's my. I think it should be allowed for our own protection, right? Like, you never know what happened. There's so many thieves, especially for where I come from, and there was the other thing about how there was racism. I heard this from Mighty Keith on his tweet. He said that he thought that Charlie Kirk was evil, and he thought that black people were subhuman. I would like to talk about these things. I would like to investigate. I would like to, like, you know, get into these things and just, like, you know, talk about it. You know, I want to make my own opinions. Okay, I want to see the footage for myself, and I want to see if anything's out of context, regardless of whether or not I agree or disagree with the things that he said. Death is not the answer, and we all agree on this. The people that I talk to all agree on this, and there are so many people who are spinning this rhetoric of like, not rhetoric. They say things like, "Oh, you reap what you sow," or "He had it coming." No, he did not advocate for violence. Did not lash out in violence. This is stupid. You agree with the death of the man who did nothing to you other than give out his opinions, whether they were divisive and controversial. Death was not the answer. Because if you're going to go in and say things like, "Oh, what about Andrew Tate? He said things as well that you guys don't fucking like, that some people don't like. What about, you know, Ben Shapiro? What about Jordan Peterson? Why did it have to be this guy?" I think I know what the reason why this guy was shot is because he helped Trump win the elections. I don't know how. That's what I hear. But I'll do my due research regardless on all these things. Fucking stupid. Not even my trans friends think that he should have died. This is preposterous. Because they know that they are the ones that people at the extreme radical left are making them look bad. This helps no one. So after that, which is pretty much the end of the video, and there's like an advertisement about how to do like these kinds of like simulations that you just saw a moment ago. Anywho, I just want to make clear one thing is the reason why I have been so involved with like reacts and politics of this kind is because I have had politics shoved in my face over the years with video games, and I do not support it. About these, like, you know, these activists taking up the role, they're taking up like these really high positions, and they're basically get to decide what it is we get to play, what we watch, what they're gonna make it about, and the message they're trying to sell us. And it's just like, it's just really immersion breaking. I don't care. I don't want to read or hear about some messaging that you think I should follow because it would make me a good person in society. I just want to be immersed into a video game. I want to be immersed into a narrative, the story that you're trying to tell me, and completely be an escape from real life, right? That's what it's supposed to be. That's how it started in the first place. That's pretty much why I'm talking about this now. So, we're going to be seeing more topics like this in the future. Otherwise, if you don't know, if you want to catch more of this, subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. And if you join my channel, you will see a Discord server down in the description below. So just make sure you understand, just to follow the rules and don't be, just be kind, and we'll get more of this content out as we go, okay? Thank you. Now get the fuck out of my house.